Hello my dear students, welcome to the GATE Academy Post-GATE Guidance Instrumentation 2019. I am Santosh. First of all, I want to congratulate all of you for getting very good results for the GATE examination, and I am sure that you are awaiting this particular session of Post-GATE Guidance. And for the students who did not do reasonably well in the examination, who did not reach the expectation, or at the last moment you could not give your 100%, I have some suggestions for you which we are going to do at the end of the session. So please stay tuned and ensure that you watch the video till the end. First of all, let us start discuss about three very important parameters which are given in a GATE scorecard. First one is All India rank. Second one is GATE score. Third one is the GATE marks. So many of the students have this confusion that why three important parameters are there. Let me tell you, all the students who got the marks above cutoff, equal to cutoff or above cutoff, will be given an All India GATE rank. Will be given a All India GATE rank, and the same with the cutoff GATE score also. So what is the cutoff this year? For instrumentation, it is 31.9 marks. So the cutoff has actually come down when compared to the previous year. Right? So now coming to the importance of GATE rank and GATE score, first of all, GATE score is something which is very important in the case of multidisciplinary or interdisciplinary branches. So what is the meaning of interdisciplinary? Interdisciplinary means more than one stream students are going to compete for such opportunity. So in such case, the parameter which is going to be more crucial for us is the GATE score. Okay. So the students, let us say, of instrumentation, if you are going for VLSI, you will be actually competing with the electronics and communication students, or you might be competing with the top electrical students. So in such case, one parameter which is very important is nothing but GATE score, which is out of 1000 marks. So GATE score is something which is calculated out of 1000, whereas all of you know GATE marks is out of 100. GATE marks is out of 100. So what is the significance of All India rank? All India rank is something which is useful. So whenever you are only competing with the top your branch students, it means that instrumentation branch students. So that is the relevance of All India rank. So what is the broad parameter here? Out of the three parameters, GATE score is going to be the broad parameter. It can be used for intradisciplinary. It means that within instrumentation students, or also interdisciplinary when you are comparing with other branch students. So now you might get a doubt that what is the significance of GATE marks? There is no such great significance except that it will give us an indication about the marks you are going to get or a GATE score you are going to get. But having said that, there are some PSUs who are going to provide the cutoff in terms of GATE marks. They will be providing the cutoff in terms of GATE marks. So even GATE mark is something which is useful for us in terms of cutoff. Right. So the students who all got the marks, which is the cutoff marks or above than that, you are going to get a valid GATE score or a scorecard from the IITs. So students, let us now talk about the opportunities in front of us. So there are three types of opportunities. One is the higher education. PSUs and research opportunities. Right. So in terms of the higher education, you might be having a master's program like M.Tech, ME. You might be having a direct PhD program. You might also have M.Tech research or what we call as an MS program. We will also have some managerial courses. So initially, we'll start discussing about higher education. I'm sure that most of you are awaiting for PSUs, but let us start with higher education, right? So in the case of higher education, we are having the opportunities like ME or M.Tech, MS program or what we call as a M.Tech research program. We have a direct PhD program. We also have some managerial courses, and the last one is the foreign opportunities. So we will talk about each and every opportunity one by one. So let us first of all talk about the ME and M.Tech program which is present in the IISc Bangalore. In the case of IISc, we have both the opportunities, both M.Tech as well as ME. Whereas here, ME is going to be a direct admission program, where the M.Tech is going to be, which happens through the interview process. Right, so that is the difference. Both the courses are different, but let me tell you, opportunity wise, they are one and the same. But as far as the other colleges are concerned, it is either ME program or it is going to be an M.Tech program. Right, so the duration of the ME or M.Tech program is going to be 2 years. Now let us come into the MS program. So MS, or we also call it as a M.Tech research program. M.Tech research program, both mean one and the same. Right, so first of all, let us try to compare both of them, MS and ME program, M.Tech program. First of all, let us compare both of them, M.Tech and MS. Right, so if you see the MS program, the duration will extend till 3 years, whereas in the case of the M.Tech program, it is only till 2 years. Right, so it is not necessary that it is always going to be 3 years in the case of MS. It all depends upon when you are able to complete your course or when you are going to complete your thesis work. Right, so that is important. Right, but generally the case is that your MS program, you're going to complete your course within the of 3 years. Right, whereas in the case of M.Tech, it's going to be only 2 years. So one is going to be an industry oriented or a course oriented program. The other is going to be a more research oriented program. So both have its own advantages, but there are some disadvantages as well as in the case of MS research or M.Tech research program. So in the case of M.Tech research program, the duration is long and the opportunities in terms of placements are lesser when compared to the of the M.Tech program. So that is one important point to note. But let me tell you, so if you are very much passionate about the research, you can definitely go into the top MS program. And one more advantage you have in the case of the MS program is that you can go into a particular college like IISc Bangalore or a very reputed colleges with lesser gate rank also. Whereas if you want to go for M.Tech program, your rank has to be really good to go into the M.Tech program. So there is an advantage, there is a disadvantage as well if you are looking about the placement opportunities, right? One more thing I wanted to tell you is that within this particular 4 semesters of the 2 years, you're going to have the M.Tech program, you're going to have 2 semesters of coursework or the classroom work and the 2 semesters of the thesis work or practical work. So when it comes to the of the MS program, either 1 or 2 semesters only are dedicated to the top the coursework, whereas the remaining is completely dedicated to the research or the thesis work. Right. So that is something which is different in the case of MS and M.Tech. Let us now discuss about the order of preference of the specializations. Right. So 2 things which are very important for us. One is the college we are going to select and the other which is the specialization which we are going to select. Both remain very important. You have to actually research and you should actually consult your seniors, well-wishers in order to make this particular decision. Right, because after making a decision, you cannot do much. Right. Having said that, you should also follow your heart. Right, because not everyone is going to be suiting to a particular specialization. It all comes from the heart. It all depends upon the passion you're going to have towards a particular specialization. So that is also very important apart from the top. Okay, the opportunities you're going to have, the future you're going to have. Okay, so you can also make your future if you're passionate about it. Right, so it's a very important decision. But as far as the opportunities are concerned, first of all, let me give you the order of preference. So very first order of preference is the VLSI or microelectronics, which is the topmost as far as in the case of future prospects are concerned. So definitely you have to be opting for VLSI if you are looking about the future opportunities. But having said that, you should know whether you are passionate about VLSI or not. The second opportunity is integrated electronics, which is more or less same as the VLSI opportunity. Right. Third one is control and automation. Okay, again it's a multidisciplinary branch. Control, you will be competing with different students, different stream students, whether it is electronics and communications, whether it is electrical, whether it is IN. So the competition is going to be very huge in the case of controls. Right. So instrumentation engineering, your core stream, instrumentation engineering, the core branch of the instrumentation. So that stands fourth as far as the opportunities is concerned, and the fifth one is nanoscience engineering, and the last one is biomedical engineering, right? So again, I tell you that you can make your future in any of this particular stream. We are only presenting you the data that we are having, the prospects that we are having. According to that, we have given the order of preference of the specializations. So please note that you have to be very careful regarding the specialization. So students, let us now discuss about the entry route for the master's program. Okay, so my suggestion is that please be prepared. You have already written the GATE examination, but you should always be prepared for the examination within the college and also the interview which can happen. So some lucky students who are only competing for the core branches and your rank is either in single digit or less than 20. In such case, you can actually go for direct admission. Okay, and this is something which is completely college dependent. You have to be going through the application and brochure very carefully regarding it, right? So either it can be a direct admission. It means that there is no examination and there is no examination, there is no interview. Or sometimes you will be having the examination, you will be having an interview as well, or sometimes it is only interview. So let us see this particular table which is there. So direct admissions, you can go for, in the case of the core branches, there in some of the cases, for core branches, in some of the cases, there is direct admission. Whereas in the case of interdisciplinary, mostly there is no direct admission. Even in the case of MS, there is no direct admission. In the case of the GATE plus interview, GATE examination which you have already written, plus interview, which can be the case in the case of M.Tech core branch or in the case of the MS program. Okay, whereas in the case of interdisciplinary, you can see that you should actually write the GATE examination which you have already written, plus the examination within the college and then the interview process, right? So this is the case. This can also be the case in the case of the MS program. So now let us talk about the group 1 colleges, which are IISc Bangalore and IIT Bombay. Both are very reputed, so you will be very lucky if you are able to go into this particular colleges. You can consider it as a dream come true, right? So it is very important. But let me have a slight comparison between the IISc Bangalore and IIT Bombay. See, IISc Bangalore, which is something which is more known for research than placements. So it's only a comparison between these two colleges. So IISc Bangalore is something which is more known for placement. It is more known for the research which happens in the college. Okay, whereas in the case of IIT Bombay, it is more known for the placement opportunities. Let me tell you, research is very good in both the colleges. So it's only the comparison between both the colleges, right? Whereas IIT Bombay, I told you that the placement opportunities are much better when compared to the IISc Bangalore. Now the group 2 colleges are IIT Delhi, IIT Kanpur, IIT Madras. So the group 3 colleges, even BITS Pilani is a very good college, IIT Kharagpur, IIT Guwahati, IIT Roorkee and IIT PSU. So these are the group 3 colleges. So now the group 4 colleges are the top NITs that we are having, which is NIT Tirchi, NIT Warangal, NIT Surathkal, NIT Allahabad. New IITs also belong to this particular group. Let me tell you about the new IITs. IIT Hyderabad is something which is performing very well when compared to the other new IITs. It is because of the standards they are maintaining and also the opportunity they are giving to the new faculties. And the last one in this group is NIT Rourkela. Group 5 colleges where we are having some triple ITs. So triple IT Hyderabad, triple IT Bangalore, DTU Delhi, Jalapur University of Kolkata, COAP Pune, NIT Surat and VNIT Nagpur. Group 6 colleges, triple IT Allahabad, new IITs and the new triple ITs, state government universities and of course the private universities. So these are the order of preferences that we are suggesting for you when you are trying to apply for the master's program. I think I already discussed about the IISc Bangalore. IISc Bangalore, so where you are having two types of programs as far as the ME M.Tech are concerned. So ME program where the all India rank should be less than 20, whereas in the case of M.Tech program, the rank can go till 100 and sometimes it can also go till 200, right? Then comes the research program where I've already told you in the case of the M.Tech research program or in the case of the MS program, your rank can be slightly more when compared to the top what is the case with the top ME program and the M.Tech program. So here in this particular case, your rank can go till 400. So you can go through the slide of IISc Bangalore here based on the previous year data. So microelectronics and VLSI, so you can see the general OBC, SC, ST, the cutoff gate scores. Next is nanoscience engineering, 750, 700, 650, 400. Third one is electronic system engineering, where the general cutoff is 700 gate score, OBC is 630, SC is 467, ST is 467. Okay, so computational data science, where the general category is 650, OBC 600, SC is 450, ST is 400. Instrumentation and applied physics, general is 500, OBC is 450, SC is 325, ST is 300. So next comes the IIT Bombay, the direct admission program. You can have the rank which is less than 50, whereas in the case of M.Tech research program, you can go till 300 to 500 rank, right? So the course can be slightly greater than that of 2 years, but as I've told you, regarding the top of the placement opportunities, it is very, very good. So let us see the cutoffs of the previous year, 2018 in IIT Bombay. So microelectronics course, general cutoff is 873, OBC is 777, SC is 596, ST is 647. Electronic systems, general cutoff is 814, OBC is 732, SC is 541 and ST is 398. So you can go through the other streams as well. Next comes IIT Madras. You can please go through this particular slide. Next is IIT Delhi. You can see the specializations here: VLSI tools, design and technology, instrument technology, integrated electronics, control and automation, biotechnology. Kanpur, microelectronics, control and automation. So IIT Kharagpur, embedded control and software, microelectronic and VLSI design, visual information and embedded system engineering, control systems, instrumentation, signal processing, biomedical engineering. Please go through the slide. So this session is also available for you recorded, which will be available in both Facebook as well as in the case of YouTube. Next is IIT Guwahati. Then comes IIT Roorkee. And then comes the top NITs. So NIT is something which is, you have to apply via the counseling program which happens solely for NITs, which is what we call as CCMT program. So please go through it. This is the cutoff for NIT Tirchi, NIT Warangal, NIT Surathkal. So the next slide is very important because we already discussed there is something called as interview and exam which is going to be again conducted when you go into the college for your opportunity. So how to prepare for this particular thing? Let me tell you, the engineering mathematics that you have prepared for GATE is once again going to be important, either in the case of interview or in the case of the examination that you are going to write. So please prepare engineering mathematics very well. And the second thing is that the second subject you have to prepare is a specialization dependent subject. So if you are going for VLSI, you have to be going through the EDC and the VLSI parts of IC fabrication, etc. That becomes very crucial. And apart from the top of these subjects, you should also go through the analog electronics part. Okay, analog electronics and network theory, these subjects become very important for VLSI. So if you're going for controls, then you have to be focusing on the control systems and the signals and systems to some extent. So when you go for the instrumentation, specialization, then you have to be going through all your core subjects which are available for you. Right, so coming to the top of interview. Okay, so interview, you should be very confident. You should be very clear about how you have, why you have chosen a specialization. Okay, so there should be some reason you have to be prepared for that why you have chosen a particular specialization. So if you have chosen VLSI, why? If you have chosen instrumentation, why? So why becomes a very important thing. And they will be testing the clarity and confidence. So confidence is something which should be very good. So to gain this confidence, you have to be given, you have to give some mock demos to your friends or your lecturers. Okay, so your well-wishers. So please do some mock demos so that you have that confidence before actually going to that particular colleges, right? And one more thing which is important for the interview preparation is a B.Tech project. So please don't compromise on this particular thing. they will test how good you have done your B.Tech project. If you have done well, it is so good. If you haven't done well, then you have to be doing the background work of preparing how to deliver your B.Tech project work in an impressive manner. So we have talked about the ME, M.Tech programs and the research program, which is the MS program. So now let us go in for the direct PhD. So direct PhD is also a very impressive program for the students, but you have to be very much mature regarding your B.Tech project and also the aspiration level of why you are going for PhD. Because if you are going for PhD, it means that you are making your mind that you wanted to enter into the research part, right? So it's very important decision. Please take this particular decision carefully, because the PhD program is something which will range for at least 5 years. 5 years in many of the colleges. So you should have that patience, you should have that passion and dedication towards the research work. So please make up your mind regarding it. But yes, the opportunity is also very impressive, because after you complete your direct PhD program, then also there are so many opportunities which are awaiting you as far as research is concerned, or also you can go into the teaching profession like assistant professor and professor. So sometimes you will have an integrated M.Tech PhD program, so you have to go through it. There are some very impressive branches like astronomical instrumentation. That is also a very good program. So you can apply through your IIM GATE score. The selection criteria is entrance examination, GATE score and interview. Now let us talk about the management courses which are available. Students generally tend to take it very light regarding the management courses, but yes, these programs are also very important, but again, they have to suit your passion, right? So there are some management programs. Let us go one by one. There is a program called as FPM program, Fellowship Program of Management, given by IIMs. So you can see the stipend, which is very impressive, which is going to be around 25 to 30k stipend, and you have to prepare yourself for this course for 4 to 5 years. So the next management course is NIT Mumbai. So National Institute of Industrial Engineering. So in this college we are having 3 different programs. One is what we call as a PGDIE, which is a postgraduate program for industrial engineering. So the second one is PGDMM, which is the postgraduate for manufacturing management, and the third one is PGDPM, which is the postgraduate course for project management. So all the 3 courses are very impressive. You can see the packages which are available, which is around 13 lakhs, very impressive. You can see the procedure, which is the GATE score, the group discussion and the and the personal interview. Now let us talk about the foreign education. So in the case of foreign education, there are 2 colleges from Singapore and there are 2 colleges from Germany, right? So all the colleges are topmost colleges in the world. So they are actually the very good opportunities in front of you. But the selection criteria is 90 percentile. There will be 2 phases of interviews, first phase and second phase. Now let us talk about the research opportunities which are there. Let us start from CSIR, where there is a JRF program and the integrated course for M.Tech and PhD. So in DRDO, you know that the GATE is accepting a scientist of, GATE is giving you. And the next one is DRDO. Actually, you can use your GATE rank, you can use your GATE rank for a scientist post in DRDO. And the other thing is that if you are having inferior GATE score, you can also go for the JRF program. Okay. Third one and the most important one is the BARC. Right. So BARC is providing opportunity. Actually, you can once again become a scientist. But let me tell you, BARC actually is known for its interview process. They will be asking you at least 5 subjects which you are confident in, and they will be starting from basics. Slowly they will increase the level of the interview. So it is a very good experience, even whether you are getting successful in it or you are not going to be successful in it, but attending the interview will be one of the milestones in your life, right? So attending the interview will actually be one of the milestones in your life, right? So you can see the training which happens over there. There are 2-year programs. There are 2 programs. One is a 1-year program, the other is a 2-year program. The stipend remains the same, but after the training process, you will be getting a very good salary package of around 64,000, right? But let me tell you, your rank should be very good for that, right? So one more advantage is that BARC also conducts another examination. BARC also conducts a separate examination apart from that, so you can also write the examination for that. You can go through the PSU cutoffs. We have given a particular list of some of the PSUs, starting from the topmost PSU, NTPC, where there is a group discussion as well as a personal interview, and then NLC, where there is only a personal interview, HPCL, again the group discussion and personal interview, IOCL, BPCL, Tata Power, right? So it's very important to be prepared for this particular stages of the, stages like group discussion and personal interview. We'll talk about it. But as you can see, here the cutoffs are declared in terms of gate marks as well as in the brackets you can see the gate rank. These are some few more PSUs which are available. Now let us talk about the group discussion which happens in the PSUs. So for example, if you got shortlisted in this particular opportunity, so in such case you have to be going through the hot topics which are going on. You can see in 2019 there is elections, and there are some other there are other hot topics which are going on, whether it is IPL, whether it is anything else. So you have to be following the top events or the Pulwama attack which has happened recently. So it's very important to be prepared for these particular topics. Okay, so what is actually tested in the case of group discussion is that how you are actually, how much confident you are in terms of your delivery, whether you are good in the teamwork or not. All these particular aspects will be tested. So you will have some brownie points or bonus points if you are actually introducing. So if you are actually introducing in the case of debate, but if you didn't get an opportunity of introducing in the debate, but try to ensure that you are supporting the other participants, and also you are getting you're taking the opportunity of talking in the middle. Okay, so if you are sitting silent over there, in that case, it's going to be very difficult for you to actually go through that particular process of the group discussion, right? It's very important to have a good knowledge. So you should be going with a good preparation, and also your listening skills will be tested. Okay, so it's not only the introduction, also the summarizing of an introduction. So please do this particular thing only when you are confident. If you are not confident and then doing the introduction or summary, then actually it is going to backfire. So only if you are having a confident regarding that particular topic, confident that you are having sufficient points, confident that you have listened well to the other students, then only you can do the summary of the entire discussion. So please take this particular points very seriously. Ensure that once you are getting shortlisted for the group discussion, please prepare very well the hot topic which are going on in the current scenario. Right, so now let us talk about the interview, the personal interview. So many students are very much fearful about the interview. Please ensure that you are doing the mock in front of your friends, which gives you some amount of confidence. But let me tell you that if you are reasonably confident, you will be doing very well. So if you are frightened initially, it means that your interview will also go on like that. So please ensure that you are gaining some confidence before going to the top of the personal interview. Take it very lightly. Ensure that you are cool and confident. That will actually help you. But there are some important things that I wanted to add regarding this. You should be confident in at least 3 subjects, 3 interested subjects. So whatever subjects you have selected, ensure that you are going through your gate notes once again. You go through the reference book once again. It's very important to go through them, okay? Because the questions will actually start from basic and they will go to the higher level as well. And one more thing is that you should be knowing about the PSU, okay, the foundation of the PSU. For example, if you're going for NTPC, you should be knowing about the thermal power, etc. So it's very important to know about the background of the PSU for which you are applying for. So ensure that this is there, and then comes the B.Tech project work. Again, whether it is for higher education or in the case of interviews, your project work becomes a very important thing. Okay, so let us have some points. Let us talk about the students who are not reasonably successful in the GATE examination. First of all, you have to analyze the reason for the failure. So some of the failure reasons have actually jotted down in this particular PGG program. Some of the points will actually help you to analyze your failure, right? So first thing is the time management. If you see the nature of the paper of the GATE Instrumentation 2019, the paper was more lengthy. Especially this is valid for the 2-mark questions, right? So it's very important that you learn this particular time management. So this is something that you have to think about, whether your time management is appropriate enough or not. Second thing is that how many silly mistakes you have committed. So if the number of silly mistakes are more, it means that you are not serious in your test series, or it means that you were tensed while writing your examination, which is very important. Third one is a lack of practice. Practice is the key for success as far as the GATE examination is concerned. If you haven't done practice, it means that that could also be a reason for the failure. And the next one is a confusion with formulas, which might so happen. Again, the reason for it is that improper revision. So unable to get the idea to solve the solve the problem, which once again happens when the practice is not there. A question is not clear, it means that you haven't read the question carefully, or you have read the question but you haven't seen the options carefully. Okay, left a few subjects. This is the biggest blunders many of the students commit as a result of it, which are either not getting an impressive GATE rank or you haven't get qualified. So these are some reasons. There could be more number of reasons, but please try to understand your failures. Please try to post-mortem your failure so that you understand why exactly you failed, which is very important going ahead. So some top FAQs that the students have, that should I opt for higher education or PSUs? It's a very important thing because many of the students have this particular doubt, especially the students who got a very good GATE rank, which is a better opportunity, whether going for higher education or going for PSUs. So if I were in your position, and especially if the financial background of the family is not so great, then I would generally go for PSUs, because if you go for PSUs anyway, your GATE rank is valid for at least 2 years or 3 years. It means that you can work for a year or 2 years, you can prepare for the other examinations as well, and you can also prepare for engineering services, or you can prepare for civil services. So in case if you are thinking about some future business also, going into PSUs is actually going to be helpful. For example, if you wanted to see yourself in a research, for example, if you wanted to see yourself in IITs as a professor or something like that, then ensure that you are going for higher education. And once again, this is a decision which has to be taken very carefully, because once you have taken a decision, you cannot go back. The second thing is that, will I get a job after M.Tech? Mostly the chances yes, especially when you are going for a top colleges, right? So whenever you are going for top colleges, the placement rate is going to be higher. So, but if you haven't done very well in the 2 years of the M.Tech program, right, then the placement opportunities are once again going to come down. I think I've already talked about the MS research program, where the placement opportunities are slightly lesser when compared to the M.Tech program. Third FAQ is that M.Tech in top colleges or the research scientist. Again, it all depends upon a subjective thing, but I feel that once again, if you wanted to see yourself outside the country after 2 years of your M.Tech program, then you have to go for the master's program. Okay, so that is irreplaceable. Or if you want to go and work as a professor in top colleges, again this particular M.Tech program is going to help you. If you want to go into some MNCs for core jobs as well, again the M.Tech program is very helpful. But if your dream is to become a scientist in any particular, something like BARC, something like CSIR, something like DRDO, ISRO, then you have to be opting for research opportunities, right? So as I've told you, that ISRO is something which is not there through GATE examination, but you can still prepare using your GATE as a platform, right? College versus specialization. So college and specialization both are important, especially if you are opting for a branch like or a specialization like VLSI, then VLSI becomes more important, but you have to also see the placement level of that particular college. If the placement level of the college is very good, then you can compromise on the colleges sometimes to get the required specialization, right? So you have to see the placements also of the colleges when you are comparing with the specialization. The fifth one is, should I prepare for the GATE examination? Once again, it's a very important question for which you have to once again analyze your failure, because there is no point in preparing for 1 extra year if you don't know what your reasons of failure are. So first of all, you have to know the reasons of your failure before preparing for the GATE examination. Once again, it is definitely a good option to prepare for the GATE examination once again, but you have to be confident enough that your chances of getting a very good GATE rank next year is very high. Then only you have to opt once again for the GATE preparation. Please don't waste your time unnecessarily thinking about GATE examination if you are not confident about the GATE examination. So ensure that you are doing further GATE guidance ensure that you are contacting your seniors or the well-wishers and then only take a decision to prepare for the GATE examination. But if you are opting for preparing for the GATE examination, once again, you should be very careful and serious in your preparation. Let me talk about finally about the non-GATE opportunities in front of you. This is especially for the students who are not successful in the examination. So there are good number of opportunities are awaiting you, like some PSUs which are available like DMRC, UPPCL, IFCO, FACT, etc. And again, PARC examination, ISRO, RRB JEE and SSC JEE. And there are more number of opportunities in front of you if you go through the newspaper on a daily basis, if you go through the Naukri or any other platform which is available, which gives you the indication regarding the opportunities which are present. So with this, we are at the end of this particular session. So thank you all of you and wish you all the very best. I hope this session is useful for you. If you really like it, please share with your friends. Thank you.